Hello guys, I'm here again to explain semantic role. Okay, today we will discuss about semantic role. But before that, let me share my screen to you. All right. Okay. Okay. So in the last lecture, we saw that what does semantic means, and we have, two semantic, what I say, branches that we study in semantics: conceptual meaning and associative meaning. That is also called lexical semantics. Okay, lexical semantic is what? Lexical semantic is something like it is the inherent aspect of word meaning, in which like we study about the semantic relation between words, right? As well as the ways in which the word meaning is related to syntactic structure, how the words are related to syntactic structure into a sentence. How does it give meaning? That in detail we study in lexical semantics, right? So today means, first of all, when we study lexical semantic, we analyze it in two different ways. Number one is lexical or semantic role, and then we see lexical or semantic relation, right? So we are going to study today semantic role. What is the semantic role of words into a sentence? What kind of role a word play in a sentence, right? We also call it lexical roles or semantic roles. So when we study semantic roles, we notice that there are three different roles that generally words play into a sentence. First of all is agent and theme. Okay, in a sentence, what is agent and what is theme, that we will see. Then in the other role is instrument and experiencer. The word can be either instrument or experiencer, or the word can either show location, source, and goal. So it's not only three. There are, means, altogether there are so many roles that a word play: agent, theme, instrument, experiencer, location, source, and goal. Okay, now what does all these words mean into a sentence? That I will tell you today. So first of all, we will see the difference between agent and theme. What is agent and what is theme? Okay, now when we talk about agent, so into a sentence, any entity that performs the action is called a sentence. Okay, sorry, a call is called agent. In any sentence, the entity that, or the word that shows that yes, this word is performing the action. So the word which performs the action is called agent. Okay, now what is theme? Theme is that any entity that involves in or affected by the action, that receives the action, is called theme. Okay, now we will see the example. And one more thing, that theme can also be an entity that is simply being described. Okay, that is not performing the action or not receiving the action, but it is only described. That is also called theme. We will see the examples. Okay, now see the examples. Like if I say the sentence, the boy kicked the ball. So what do we notice? Who is performing the action? Which word is showing that, which entity is showing that, yes, this entity is performing the action? It is the boy. Okay, so we can say that the boy is agent. Okay, what is the boy? The boy is agent because the boy is the one who is doing the action of kicking. Now he is kicking what? He's kicking the ball. So the ball is being affected by the action, or it is the one which is receiving the action, right? So yeah, here the boy is what? Doer of the action. So we call it agent. Now the ball is what? The ball is receiving the action. So we call it theme. The ball is affected by the action. So we call it theme. Okay, another, I said the definition of theme. I said that theme can be which is only being explained, which is only being described. Okay, no, it's not performing the action. For example, in this sentence, the ball was red. Okay, the horse is fast, like anything, the watch is fast. If any particular thing is being described, okay, it's not performing the action. The ball is not performing the action here. We are describing the ball, how it is red. So in this case also, the ball is called theme. It is not called agent because it is not performing the action. It is just being described. Remember, only the word which performs the action is called agent of the sentence. Okay, and the word which is affected by the action or which is described into a sentence, which we call it theme. Okay. Next, agent can also be non-human entities that cause actions. Okay, it's not important that agent has to be any human which performs action. It can be non-human entities, although most of the time it is human, but it can be non-human entities also who can cause the action happen. For example, if I say the boy kicked the ball, in this sentence we know that the boy, who is the human being, it is kicking the ball, so the boy is the agent. But in the next sentence, the wind blew the ball. Okay, it performed the ball to blew away. Okay, the wind blew the ball away. So it performed the action of moving the ball from one place to another place. So which is that word? The wind. Although the wind is not human being, it is not performing the action, but it can be the cause of the moving of the action. It can be the cause of the moving of the ball. It can be the cause of performing an action, right? So in this way, the wind can be called the agent of the sentence. A car ran over the ball. Again, a car make the ball something to happen upon. So what happened? This car is non-human. Still, we can call it agent. So a car ran over the ball. In this, car is agent. The dog caught the ball. Okay, the dog is non-human, but it is able to catch the ball, right? So the dog caught the ball. In this sentence, the dog is agent. Okay, now let's see the theme. The theme is typically non-human all the time, but sometimes it can be human also. Now, for example, if we see the sentence, the dog chased the boy. The dog is non-human, the boy is human, and the dog is the doer here. He is chasing the boy. So in this sentence, the dog can be the agent and the boy is theme. Okay, the car hit the man. The car hit the man. So man is the human, but it is affected by the action which is done by the car. So the car can be agent, but the theme here is the man. So theme can be either human or non-human, but most of the time it is non-human. Okay, the same physical entity can appear into two different semantic roles in a sentence, as in the following sentence. Okay, now see, the boy cut himself means one entity can perform two different roles into a sentence. The boy cut himself. In this sentence, the boy who is doing the action, so the boy is the agent, and he cut himself only. So himself will be the theme, means that the boy himself is agent and he himself is theme also. Clear? Now we will see, so this was the difference between agent and theme. Now we will see instrument and experiencer. From the very name we can understand this. Instrument is what? If any agent, if any doer of the action uses any particular entity or uses anything in order to perform the action, then that thing is called instrument. Okay, in order to perform the action, when any agent use a thing, then we call that thing an instrument. Experiencer, when any entity, when a noun phrase is used to designate an entity as a person who has a feeling, perception, or state, it fills the semantic role of experience, right? Like if any person that performs, like if it feels, it has a feeling, or it has some perception, if any word shows that yes, that somebody has this kind of feeling, we call it experiencer. For example, like if for instrument, if we see the example, the boy cut the rope with an old razor. Okay, so what do we notice? That the boy who is the agent, he's doing the action of cutting what? The theme, the rope. How he's cutting it? He's cutting it with the use of an eraser, old razor. So this old razor will be called instrument because he is performing the action of cutting with the use of old razor, right? He drew the picture with a crayon. He drew the picture with a crayon. So the performing of drawing, the action of drawing is happening. How? By the use of crayon. So crayon will be used as instrument. In this sentence, this crayon, a crayon is playing the role of instrument. Okay. An old razor and a crayon, both are instrument because they are performing the act. They are being used in order to perform the action. Next, when we see, suppose, what is experiencer? So the boy feels sad. Okay, when we say the boy feels sad, did you hear that sound, that noise? So something feels, something hurts, something smell. So when you smell something, when somebody, feels something. So in this sentence, the boy, if we say the boy feels sad, in here the boy is not performing any action. What is he doing? He's feeling something, either sad or happy or crazy, whatever. He's feeling something. So we call it that in this sentence, the word boy is performing the role of experiencer. Did you hear the noise? So you are performing the role of experiencer. Clear? So this is what instrument and experiencer. Next is location, source, and goal. Now see, what is location? Where an entity is on the table, in the room, or wherever. If we talk about that, yes, this entity is in this place. When we say the location of the entity, then we say that this word is playing the role of location. Okay, where an entity is. Next, where it moves to, from where to where, to New Orleans, to New York, to Delhi, to Bangalore. Okay, where it is moving to, that is called goal. Okay, then next, where the entity moves from. Okay, from Chicago, from New York, from Delhi, from particular place. So from somewhere to somewhere. So if it is moving from somewhere, we call it source. If it is moving to somewhere, we call it goal. And if it is somewhere, it is already somewhere, we call the location. Okay, now see examples. Mary saw a fly on the wall. Now tell me what role every word in this sentence is playing. Like in this sentence, marry, we see a word marry. What this word marry is playing, which role this word marry is playing into this sentence, into, in this complete sentence, to give a meaning, to give a sense. Mary saw a fly. So Mary is what? Mary is experiencer, because she's not performing an action. She saw by herself. She saw a fly. So Mary is an experiencer. Okay, what is a fly? Fly is theme. Mary saw something, and that something is a fly. So that is called theme. And where she saw it? On the wall. So on the wall will be location. Clear? Where she saw Mary, where she saw fly, she saw fly on the wall. So on the wall is location. If we say that Mary saw fly on the table, so on the table will be location, right? See the next sentence. If the next sentence is, I don't know. She borrowed a magazine from George. So she is agent, magazine is theme, and from George is source, because she borrowed it from somebody. If something happens from some, like I said, from moving from somewhere, then we call it source, right? So she is the one who is performing the action of borrowing. She borrowed. What she borrowed? Oh my God. I'm sorry. Okay. What she borrowed? She borrowed magazine from George. So she is agent, and magazine is theme, and from George will be source. This is the problem in technology. You cannot trust on technology all the time. See, sometimes my mouse stops working, sometimes the network stops working. Anyways, now the next sentence is, she squashed the bug with the magazine. Now she squashed the bug. So she is the one who is performing the action, right? So she is what? She is an agent. Now, what she did, she squashed. Squashed what? She squashed the bug. Okay, so the bug is the theme. Now, how she squashed the bug? She did it with the use of the magazine. So magazine will be instrument. Clear? So when we use anything in order to perform any action, we call that thing instrument. Okay? Now see the sixth sentence. She handed the magazine back to George. She took it from the George. From the George, that time it was hers. But now in this sentence, she handed the magazine back to George. So again, she is the agent. Okay? The magazine is the theme. And what is back the George? It is the goal where it has been given to. It is handed back to the George. So here in this sentence, the word George is performing the action of the goal of the role. It is performing the role of goal. Okay. So now see here, Gee thanks, said the George. Gee thanks, said the George. So in this sentence, there is nothing else but only agent, because George is the one who said something. He said what? Gee thanks. Okay. So this way we can say that, yeah, this is agent. So it means one word. It's not that George has to be agent all the time, or George has to be experiencer, George has to be a goal always. No, it depends upon the sentence, that into a sentence which role it is playing. Okay, so this is what we have done today. Inshallah, in the next class, we will do semantic relations. We also call it lexical relations. How the word is related to another word. This we will see inshallah in the next class. Okay, till then, bye-bye, take care.